Hello, Virgo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If Virgo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Virgo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. Got a 3 of Cups here. I feel like today's a good day. You know, I feel like this is a card of sort of feeling connected to others. You know, this sometimes is a card of empathy. This is a card of, of connection, of community, of celebration, really. But I'm not feeling so much the celebration aspect of it per se, but the feeling of, really, it's the feeling that we're all in this together. You know, it's the feeling that our heart really is with those other people in our lives and people that we don't even know, right? There's this intense compassion in you right now. I think that you have a lot of love to give. I think that you're somebody who tries to be very optimistic. You try to think positively. You try to send out good and positive vibes to the world. Okay. I think you're somebody who you're very thankful. Wouldn't be surprised if you do a gratitude journal or you do some sort of gratitude prayer or even some kind of like a feeling like a universal blessing, that you pray for the world, as we all, I think, do, or in our own way. We're all, I think, trying to send out positive energy to the world. Yeah. I want to see what's going on in your life right now where this 3 of Cups is sort of coming to the foreground, because this is an understanding of the process of change in the sort of emotional world. Okay? So I feel like this is an awareness of suffering, not an acceptance of suffering, but a recognition that it exists and that it's up to each of us individually in our own lives to do what we can to make it a good day, right? To make tomorrow a better day. Yeah. Let's see what's going on in your life right now. Let's see what's going on for you in your particular world. We have a 9 of Wands. Got a Moon card. Now we've got the mutable earth energy. And Virgo, this is one of your superpower cards. This is very interesting to get. And this is in the background too. So I feel like this is kind of a recognition of your accomplishments. This is sort of, in a way, I feel like we're sort of counting our blessings a bit, I think that this is you recognizing how much you've accomplished in your life, how far you've come, what you have overcome, right? And again, sort of goes with that, with the gratitude in a way. Yeah, let's keep going here. We got a 5. Yeah, 5 of Swords with that Moon card. And then, of course, the next step for you. I wonder if you're sort of trying to take a look at how you feel about life, about your own life, about what you're doing in life, where you're at, where you're going, who you're with, all these things. And since you understand how our feelings change over time, that 3 of Cups, right? Understanding the process of change. I wonder if the 5 of Swords is you sort of trying to take a look at your own feelings, taking a look at your own life, and thinking, what do I want to change? What do I want to do? Right? I wonder if there's something going on emotionally that's sort of, it's making you question, It's making you wonder what's coming next. See, we got this Ace of Pentacles coming next. We've got a Six of, wow. See, that is the connection that you really need. The Three of Cups then connects with another Three of Cups, and guess what? We've got a Six of Cups. Absolutely beautiful, right? You got the Empress energy in the environment. We've got a Four of Wands and the Ace of Wands. Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Wands. It's kind of like you're taking matter and you're converting it to energy. So you might be taking a resource that you already have, an accomplishment that you've already made, and you're beginning something new with it. You know, it's kind of like we've done all this work, we've earned our paycheck, now we're going to take that paycheck and we're going to apply it to something further, something else, something that's coming next, right? To begin something new. And I wonder if you're sort of, if you're having that need to connect with something that feels to be of more importance to you or feels more rewarding, because see, this Six of Cups is very important here. It is you as the Three of Cups finding what to do tomorrow to give you that sense of connection, that sense of community, to really feel, I mean, you could be volunteering, you could be going in and sort of getting involved with a charity, you could be switching your major in college to something that means more to you. I feel like it's not necessarily about you leaving one thing and starting something new, right? It feels like it's an addition. It feels like, okay, I've got my life already set up, already established, but I feel that I need to somehow, you know, strengthen my connection with the world, with the community, maybe with family or friends or whatever it is. And so we're adding something. We're not leaving one thing to start something else. We're just sort of adding the new thing in, okay? And that's very important when we talk about the Four of Wands. Because the Four of Wands is in the position of what we don't want. We don't want the closure. We don't want the ending to what we're doing. Your life's already fairly well established. So it's not about leaving something behind and starting something new, but rather in the context of your current life, add in what you need to feel this connection. This is all about connecting with someone else or a group or the community as a whole, right? Anyway, very good energy here. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. And we're just going to set it down right here. We're going to put Tiny Bob Ross right on top. Happy little Bob. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us the confirmation that we need at the end of the reading. If you have a prediction for that card, put it in the comments, right? Let's do it together. Let's exercise our intuition, right? It'll be fun. Let's take a look around the room. I'm interested in these major arcana. We have the Moon and we have the Empress. And the Moon is sort of a card of, it kind of says, I don't know what to do next. I don't know what's in the future. I know something needs to be done. Something is sort of not right in the world. Something's not right in my life. I feel a calling to enter this unknown place, but I just don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it's going to be. The Ace of Pentacles, of course, showing your first step into that unknown place. But then it becomes this Empress energy. So what at first is a dark, scary forest, an unknown pathway, this is a dark doorway. Okay, we can't see what's on the other side of this. But I think between these two cards, you feel a calling. You sort of feel, and you're starting to become aware that something is pulling you in a new direction in life to add to your current situation. Again, I don't see any cards here of you sort of getting rid of something to start something new. It feels like it's an addition, you know? It feels like taking your current life the way it is and connecting it in the right way. But there is currently, it feels like, this sort of, not confusion, but just an uncertainty. Because it's a dark doorway. You're trying to peer into it. You're squinting and can't see what is over there, you know? But we get to the Empress card. There's only two major arcana, and this is the one. And we're going from this dark, scary forest. We're realizing that, oh, hey, this is, paradise. This is Beautiful. This is an Empress energy. This is the, big rock candy mountain, as I've started to call the Empress card. Because it feels like that sort of unbelievably prosperous place, where there's the rivers are all made of milkshakes, and the candy grows on trees, and all the cops have wooden legs, that sort of thing. And this, I think, is what you're realizing is out there. But at first, we don't know. It's the dark, scary forest. But once the sun rises, once we sort of get involved with this and we start doing it, and the awareness, right, the clarity, the light starts to dawn, we see, wow, this is perfect, right? This is exactly what you want to be doing. It feels absolutely perfect. It's also the Empress, and it's in your environment. It's talking about your relationships and your relationship with the environment. And I feel that what you're moving toward is a life that is, or I should say, an addition to your life. That is one where you can help to heal others, where you can be of service, where you can, it feels like, we're taking care of other things. Okay, whether this is, maybe you're going to get a pet, maybe you're going to go volunteer at an animal shelter or something, or you're going to work with animals, or you're going to do some healing work, with some of our fellow travelers, in this life. I feel that you're finding a way to really connect with your world, your environment. Maybe it's even family. Maybe this is just you sort of being more involved with family, being more involved with friends, playing a more active role in the bonding experience in those areas, okay? It could be small scale, you and your pets, larger scale, it could be you and your service to the whole world, right? And it's up to you to sort of realize what scale we're talking about here. So I like that we're seeing the dark, scary forest, and as the light dawns here, it's revealing itself as the Empress land, right? That paradise kind of thing, that abundance, that pleasure, that rewarding sort of sacrifice, right? That we were involved with. We've got fire. We've got water. The water is just perfect. The water is 3 of cups becoming a 6 of cups. So it's a doubling of the 3. The 3 is you, sort of in search of your component, your counterpart 3, and the 2 come together and make that 6 of cups, right? We get that connection. So it's you really feeling a sense of connection, a sense of community, a sense of bonding, a sense of love, a sense of family, kind of a really sincere, authentic, we're all in this together kind of thing. Whether it's you and the animals, the pets, the plants, the people, or all of these things, right? Feeling more responsible for your world, however, whatever scale we're talking about here, So I like it. I like the water energy that we have. We have a little bit of the air energy too, because we're trying to figure out what do we want to do. It's like we're trying to identify the feeling, this calling. I'm feeling that I need to do something else, something more with my life. It's not something else, because something else feels like it's a replacement, Something more feels like what I got now is good, but I want to take it to the next level. I want to do something extra, What's going to be the icing on the cake for you? And, the 6 of Cups and the Empress doesn't have to be volunteering somewhere, right? We could be talking about, a sense of family, finding your people, finding your community, building a family, building a life with someone. The 3, again, finding its counterpart 3. It could be a person. It could be a person. Doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be romance or that sort of thing, but it could be. The 9 of Wands here feels like this is the courage and the bravery and the strength, the fortitude really that you need in order to take this step into the dark, scary forest. See, it is the sun and the moon connected here in this card, showing the strength that is required to sort of venture down into the depths here, into the unknown, sort of taking a chance. We're sort of getting involved with something that we don't know what it's going to be like. We know that it's probably going to be arduous. It's going to be sort of, challenging, but we don't know how rewarding it's going to be yet. We haven't done it yet. It's really anything we do in life feels that way, We may have an expectation of what it will be like, but we don't know for sure. And I wonder if having the Empress in this position of the environment is sort of your hopeful projection, that we're just kind of saying, look, I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to think positively. I'm going to have a good attitude. I'm going to really think in this very optimistic way that it is going to be an Empress sort of abundance. It's going to be a pleasurable, rewarding sacrifice, or, it's going to be worth all the effort, right? Because really every decision we make, we're touching the void a little bit. We're touching that unknown. Every decision is a little bit of a peek into the dark, scary forest, right? And I feel like you're hearing the call that we have to do something more. And whether this is you kind of having your own business and thinking, well, I want to do more. I want to reach out. I want to have some special project, or some new product, or some kind of this great idea. I need to do something to further, connect with your customers or your audience or your family, friends, your pets, your plants, your people, right? The Queen of Pentacles in the background position is your superpower card. I think this is already a firm establishment in life. That you're somebody who has made their way already. And see, the Queen of Pentacles is looking back at that path, the long and winding road that it took for you to get here, where you are right now today. It hasn't been easy. You've accomplished a lot already. You've overcome a lot. So sometimes the Queen of Pentacles is looking, see, this card is in the past, looking at the past. We have like a double past energy here, right? And sometimes the Queen of Pentacles is saying, look, if it's not broken, don't fix it. The Queen of Pentacles is saying, we've been through a lot to get where we are now. Can't we just be content? This is a card that is trying to be content. But sometimes, as we see with the other queens, the queens are not content. The queens are all sort of yearning for something else. And sometimes the Queen of Pentacles, for instance, is looking at the past thinking, was it better in the past somewhere? Was there something in the past that I need to find again? Is there something that I lost, or something I need to get back, to feel satisfied? And of course, with the Ace of Pentacles and the strength to move forward, it feels like, no, the satisfaction is coming by you continuing your direction forward in time into the unknown, right? Sometimes the Six of Cups is talking about our memories. Sometimes the Six of Cups, very often with the Six of Cups, I say, this was the happiest day of your life. This was the most connected you've ever felt. This is the most joy you've ever felt. This is the euphoria of the moment, those peak experiences. And the Queen of Pentacles is saying, now where did I put that peak experience? Is it back there somewhere? Did I lose it on the road somewhere? Did it fall off the wagon? Or bounce off the cart kind of thing. And so very often this is the feeling that our best day was behind us. Okay? And so we have to be careful with that. The Queen of Pentacles really needs to turn around and become the Empress. Look, the Empress is looking forward. The Empress is looking that way. Queen of Pentacles is looking that way. And there's strength in this card. There's beauty in this card. There's understanding in this card. There's wisdom in that card. A very practical wisdom. Okay? Know where you have been so that you can appreciate where you are, and you can know where you're going. And that's sort of the big point here, is to continue where you're going and not think that the better days were in the past. So anyway, we've got that Five of Swords up here too. And the Five of Swords is us sort of going through these questions and these energies and trying to further understand. Now, you understand the process of change on the emotional plane. So you understand that a feeling of contentment, a feeling of peace, a feeling of joy and love and connectedness, it needs to be actively maintained, right? Any kind of stagnation is going to wither away and die, right? Motion is life, you know? And I think you understand that process, and you've got the strength to go forward into the future and to become that Empress energy. The Five of Swords then becomes you can hear my cat in the hallway. The Five of Swords becomes sort of not trying to understand like why I feel this way or what it means, but trying to really sort of figure out, what do I do about it? You know, because again, you understand that, yeah, you know, the heart is going to continue to grow and evolve, and we're going to want to keep making progress. We want to keep moving into the future and and growing and evolving and expanding our lives and our hearts and our souls and all this. So the Five of Swords, you're not confused. You're just unsure where to apply this energy. You know that the heart is yearning for something forward in the future, that we're not trying to replace anything. We're trying to add to our life. We're trying to get involved in something more to feel more of a sense of satisfaction, of love, of joy, of connectedness, to find more of those peak experiences. And so the Five of Swords is asking those questions. What do I want to do? Right? What is the path going to look like? Right? We're not debating, you know, should I stay in the past or should I move forward? I think you're just trying to say, I know I'm going forward. I know I want this Empress life, the Six of Cups. What exactly should I do? Okay. So this is that is the question on your mind right now, I think. And you know what? For the dark doorway, let's do one of our doorway cards. This is, they're called Divine Doorways. And these are just little oracle cards, each with a different portal as the picture here. And we've got palmistry, fortune and tarot, collective destiny. The palm lines from birth tell your sacred palmistry. Listen to the notes of the intuition. See down here with the moon card, we call that the new moon energy or the waning moon energy. It is a narrowing of the psychic aperture. It is a dimming of the psychic light, right? And so what we want to do is sort of reverse. We want to open it up. We want to open the third eye, open our heart, our intuition, our lunar aperture, and divine sort of the right path forward. So it's what we're saying here with the palmistry, and it's really a nice doorway. You know, fortune and tarot, the collective destiny, and the palm lines tell your sacred palmistry, right? In other words, it's not through the mentalizing or the intellectualizing of this problem or of these questions, but it's through the intuition that you're going to get the details about what to do next, where to take your life, what to involve yourself in. So in other words, Spirit's saying, don't try to figure it out, don't calculate it, don't think about it logically and try to come to a logical, rational decision. Just go forward and allow your heart, allow Spirit to guide you into different things. As opportunities arise, move forward into them and see which ones, you know, sort of feel right, you know. And maybe it is also saying that you should do some divination, consult some tarot readings, you know, that sort of thing. But there's certainly a juxtaposition here between the swords and the sort of psychic energy here. Okay, it's not something that we can answer the question logically. I think we have to sort of feel our way through, maybe blindly at first, until we sort of come in contact with something that really does speak to you, something that feels right, we get some synchronicity, and it feels that our intuition is sort of like, yep, this is the one, you know. And I think, I think very particularly, Spirit is saying, don't wait to have the answers before you start making moves. It's like we have to take that first step. Eventually the answers will come, not through the conventional way, not through us just, kind of logically thinking, okay, well, I've done the calculations and that's where I should go. It's sort of like we need to just take that first step into the unknown, and the path will be revealed to us. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the path of the serpent here a little bit. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, well, please do. It's totally free, doesn't cost anything. It supports the channel, and I appreciate that. I have another channel, Dove and Serpent Bedtime Stories. Go check that out as well if you like those kinds of things. The Six of Cups as your general energy. I think this is you walking this path and coming, confronting that realm, that area, that new thing that feels right. You'll know when you're connected in the right way. It's kind of a square peg in a round hole. It doesn't quite fit, and you'll know. And it's just like, well, that's, I'm trying these different things. I'm sort of experimenting, or, I'm open to whatever is going to be on my path. You'll know whether things fit or not. And if it does, if it feels right now, if it's working with animals, it's working, with, for healing kind of work or whatever it might be, you'll know when it feels right. You'll know that's where Spirit has sort of been calling you home, And so you have to trust that. You have to trust that you feel that harmony with, and maybe this is talking about one particular relationship, family stuff, or maybe stuff that is at work or in your own business, or something that you're looking to do sort of extracurricularly or as a hobby or something, or as a charity or as a means of being of service. You'll know when something is right for you and when it's not. And it doesn't mean that it's going to feel easy, right? But it will feel correct. Yeah. And the Six of Cups is that feeling of being home, right? Of being welcomed, of having the connections, having the bonds there, and just feeling like you belong in that place. Yeah. But I want to point out again that it doesn't mean that you're leaving something else behind. This isn't a transition from one thing to the other. This is an addition. And that's why we've got the Four of Wands here, because this is the card you don't want. When you're over here, you don't want this ending. This is a card that's sort of saying there's an impermanence to things. There's a completion of a cycle here. You don't want that energy over here, because you're kind of saying, look, I don't want to leave my life. I don't want to leave my family or leave my job or leave my home or whatever to go wandering about and trying to stumble into something better. No, this isn't about an ending. This is about an addition to something, right? This is about something that maybe will augment your current reality. It's not replacing anything, okay? When we get to the path of the serpent, we kind of realize that, yeah, it is the Four of Wands that we need, because we have to understand that, life doesn't quite work that linearly, right? We know that things happen in cycles. We know that everything really is impermanent. But we have to realize that, this is, again, on this path, this is the card we need. We need the realization that it's not linear. In other words, that we don't have to end this current thing to then begin something that's going to be better for us, right? That there is overlap, that things begin and end constantly, that things are always beginning, right? That we can have 10 paths, 10 cycles that are all running at the same time. Some are going to end sooner than others. Some are very long cycles. And so if you're, you're well established in your job and your life and your friends and your family. It's all very solid stuff. The card Spirit isn't saying that those things are ending in order for you to find something that is satisfying, gratifying, connected, and, Six of Cups sort of thing. But it is saying that maybe it's time to begin this cycle, this Empress energy kind of cycle. Of course, we have the aces for the beginnings. So it's not about the ending of a cycle. It's just about the beginning of something in addition, right? And I think the Empress energy really is you coming into this this kind of, again, I wanted to say like a new life, but a new component to your life, a new aspect, or even like a new relationship to your life, The Empress is an energy that is completely sacrificing, right? But it's through that sacrifice that things continue to grow, that things get better, that there is more abundance, it's the most rewarding sacrifice. Yeah. And so I feel with this card I believe it's something to do with healing for you. Okay? Maybe it's you focusing on your own healing, or healing some family bonds, healing some friendships. Maybe it's literally like offering your healing services to others, in a more broad sense. Okay? But there's a lot of healing going on here. The Ace of Wands, I think at the end, well, that's sort of what we're doing here. We're taking our current established life, and it's the conversion of matter to energy. Okay, that we're beginning something new using our current situation, our current life as the means, as the foundation, as the resource for that. Trying to think of an example. I mean, financially is probably the most obvious example. That we work and we get the physical compensation. Something that can be used. We get water, shelter, food, right, for the work that we do, and then it's kind of saying, well, I'm going to convert that into a new path, or I'm going to convert it into some sort of new effort, or use this water, shelter, food, right, this paycheck or whatever, this resource. I'm going to use it then and apply it to other things, basically, right, from matter to energy. So I like the Ace of Wands here because it does show that it's not the ending of a cycle, it's sort of the beginning of another cycle, and everything. We realize that all these cycles that are going on, they're all gears, part of a larger system. Okay. And I feel like you're being called to add something new, to begin some sort of new effort in your life that connects you more closely or deeper with your current people and extending out to the larger world as well. Let's look at the mystery card. Maybe this will give us a clue as to kind of what is going on here. I want to do quickly, though, I want to do a Language of Flowers affirmation card for that Five of Swords, because I feel like there still is this, we're still sort of wondering, like, what exactly should I be doing, I think we just need to go and experiment a little bit and try some different things until we see where we fit in, right? And it's kind of like, if it is a desire to be of service or to volunteer or to participate in some sort of charity or something like that, you don't have to know exactly what's right for you yet. Just go and do a couple things, talk to a few people, network, go take a tour of a facility and just see which one fits. Yeah. Okay, Language of Flowers, the crocus, breathe, calm, rest, stop, and just be. Yeah, the 5. Anytime we get a 5, we start looking for the 4. Well, we got a 4 here. So I think it's nice that we've got this, the crocus. Just breathe, right? Don't stress out about it. Just sort of allow your soul to sort of to heed the call from Spirit and start kind of experimenting, I guess. Take a look at different things, whether it's just, kind of just do some, I guess, research, right? look at some websites, talk to some people, and go look at some facilities, or, watch some YouTube videos or something, and just see what feels right. See where you feel that you're really going to fit, and then explore those a little bit more. But don't stress out about it mentally, right? Because that's going to lead to confusion, and then it's going to lead to inaction. So if we want the Ace of Wands, we want the action, we want to begin this new thing, we've got to stop with the stressing. Yeah. Let's see about this mystery card. If you have a prediction for it, put it in the comments down below. I'm thinking it's going to be another Empress. Let's see what we have. Ten of Swords. Well, this is right in line with our air energy and our language of flowers affirmation card. Too much stressing, too much thinking about this and trying to figure it out and just getting the tension. It's going to end up destroying the whole momentum, right? We're going to end up stabbing ourselves in the back. Okay? We're going to end up adding too much static into the signal that we're not even going to hear the call from Spirit anymore, right? So we got the 10 of Swords, which to me is kind of, there's too much going on that we're just sort of basically abandoning the whole idea. Okay, and that sort of goes back to what the Queen of Pentacles was sort of hinting at, I think, that we might be looking in the wrong places. We might be looking with the wrong glasses, right? We're using our swords instead of just sort of using our heart and our intuition, right? The palmistry here. So I like that language of flowers. It says just breathe, calm, rest, stop worrying about it. It'll come. You'll figure it out. You'll sort of flow into the right thing, but you've just got to keep looking forward and keep some momentum going. The 10 of Swords also has another rather esoteric suggestion here, and I think that because the 10 is all about an ending of something. We're talking about, well, with the 4 of Wands, we realize that it's not an ending. It's the beginning of a new cycle, another sort of addition to your life, and not an ending of anything. But now we got the 10. This is a card of ending, right? But I wonder if this card is hinting at the ending of suffering. Yeah. And maybe you're right now going through this time in life where we're acutely aware of the suffering going on. And maybe there is this wish, this desire, this hope, this aspiration that one day, we could collectively end suffering. An ending here. And that sort of vibes with our Empress and this desire to heal or to alleviate suffering, right? So that there's a suggestion there. Anyway, we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's a link down below. New readings for Virgo are on Tuesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. It is totally free. Doesn't cost anything. Also, subscribe to the Dove and Serpent bedtime stories if you like that sort of thing. Leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.